You should have known better than to fall for someone like him. But in your defense, he was hot. Tanner Grayson was every bad boy stereotype wrapped up in 6 feet of muscle, a sharp jawline, and a cruel smirk. The first time he noticed you, it wasn't because you were cute, which you were, or because you had a sweet personality, which you did. No, it was because you were an easy target. A ditzy, little too trusting target, and a little bit too obsessed with him. It started out with pretty small, little remarks about how you were all looks and no brain, flicking your forehead when you caught the answer wrong in class, yanking your backpack strap so you'd stumble, but instead of making you avoid him, that just made you desperate for his attention. And Tanner? Well, he loved that. Hey, dumbass. You barely had enough time to turn around before Tanner's arms slung around your shoulders, his weight dragging you down slightly. You pouted, adjusting the strap of your rhinestone-studded bag on your arm. You're so mean to me, you whined, leaning into his warmth despite yourself. And you're too easy, he said, ruffling up your hair just to mess up your perfect style. You gasped dramatically, swatting at him with your manicured hands. But he just laughed, tightening his grip around you like a vice. Where are you going? Oh, you blinked, struggling to remember where the hell you were actually going. Oh, I was gonna get a smoothie, the pink one, with the little strawberries, and oh my god, wait, it has mango too. Tanner rolled his eyes. Jesus, Wyan, how do you even remember to breathe? You scrunched your nose. Rude. And yet, he smirked, leaning in so his lips brushed against your ear, voice dropping low. You still like me. Your face burned. He was so unfair. Tanner didn't flirt like normal guys did. He didn't compliment you, didn't hold your hand, didn't do anything remotely sweet. No, he just kind of got close and made fun of you, and kept you guessing and kept you chasing. And the worst of it all, it worked. I don't like you, you lied, pouting as you shoved him off. Tanner just grinned, stuffing his hands into his jacket pockets, watching you fume like it was the most entertaining thing in the whole wide world. Then stop following me around, he said. I don't follow you around. Really, he said. You sit next to me in every class. Lucky seating, you argued. You switched gym partners when I got paired with Michelle. That was a coincidence. He stepped closer, crowding your space. And you show up to every party I go to. Your face went hot. Okay, maybe that one was true. But Tanner hummed, tilting his head, amused. He loved this. Loved seeing you all flustered, all pink-cheeked and squirming. You were so easy to mess with. Very easy. And maybe that's why he hadn't let you go. He liked seeing you trip over your words. Liked how you always came back no matter how much he teased, no matter how much he pushed, no matter what. You just kept coming back. And maybe that's why he let you keep coming back. He never really had to chase you. You'd run to him every time. You weren't sure when it started shifting, when Tanner stopped teasing and just started keeping other people away from you. It was sort of subtle at first. Someone would ask you out and suddenly they'd be too scared to follow up. A guy would hit on you at a party and Tanner would appear right next to you, a hand on your waist, smirking like he knew something that you didn't. Taken, he'd say, yanking you. And yet, your brain would short circuit from the physical contact, and you would just kind of go on along with it. But tonight was different. You You'd been actually flirting with some guy at a party. Some preppy, well-dressed guy who complimented your outfit and laughed at your silly stories. And Tanner lost his mind. He barely had time to react before you were being pulled away. His grip was tight around your wrist as he dragged you out to the porch. The music thumped behind you, but out here it was just the two of you. Tanner? What the hell was that? He snapped. You blinked. What? Don't play dumb, he growled. You were practically all over that guy. Your lips parted. Wait, are you jealous? Tanner scoffed. Of him? Please. But his grip on your wrist tightened. You stared at him, heart pounding. Tanner, you are. Oh my god. Shut up, he scoffed at you. Oh my god, you gasped, eyes going big and wide. Wait, do you like me? Like me? Like actually like me? He clicked his tongue, making you closer so your chest bumped against his. His fingers curled up under your chin, forcing your head up so you were forced to meet his gaze. You want to test me? He murmured. Go ahead, walk back in there, see what happens. Your breath hitched. Tanner had never looked at you like this before. Possessive, hungry. He swallowed hard. You never said you wanted me. He smirked. I didn't think I had to. Before you could get another word out, his lips crashed against yours. It wasn't soft or sweet, it was rough. It was desperate, like he had been holding back for too long. Like he was starving for you. And you melted. You clung to his jacket, dizzy with the feeling of his mouth moving against your own. The heat of his body pressed against yours so tight. When he finally pulled away, you were breathless. Tanner leaned in, his voice dropping low. Still think I'm just messing with you. You licked your lips, dazed. I don't know, you whispered, blotting up your lashes. Maybe you should convince me some more. Tanner chuckled, shaking his head. You were a bad habit. But damn it, so was he. But you should have known something was up when Tanner wasn't being a dick. It had been a few weeks since the party, since the kiss, and while you two never actually really talked about it, things were different. Not that he said anything. Tanner wasn't the type to hold your hand in public or send you cute good morning texts or anything, but he started doing other things. Little things like waiting for you after class so even when he didn't have to, stealing the seat next to you whenever possible, grabbing your drink order before you could even ask. And now, he was at your place, stretched out in your bed, acting weird. You were quiet, he said, tossing a handful of popcorn at his chest. Tanner caught one piece popping in his mouth, eyes glued to your laptop screen. And you're never quiet, you huff, rolling onto your side. He shrugged, pretending to be focused on whatever movie you had picked, which was a lie because 5 minutes ago he was making fun of your taste, and now he was conveniently just sitting there, brows furrowed, jaw tense, arms crossed like he was forcing himself to stay still. Suspicious. You narrowed your eyes at him, poking his arm. Are you mad at me? Tanner gave you a flat look. If I was mad, you'd know. You pouted. Then what's wrong? Nothing, he said all too quickly. Liar. You stared at him, tilting your head. He was so stiff, so rigid, like he wasn't thinking too hard, and that wasn't normal for Tanner. He was never the type to act fast or think first. Never. Unless. A slow, wicked grin spread across your lips. Oh, this was golden. He wanted something, and he hated that he wanted it. You shifted closer, resting your chin on your arm. You're being weird. Tanner ignored you. You leaned in even more, a poor sing-song. What's wrong? When shut up. You gasped dramatically. Wow, okay, rude. He let out a slow breath through his nose like he was physically restraining himself from snapping. But then, you knew him by now. He only really got like this when he was annoyed, or when he wanted something that he didn't want to ask for. So you took a gamble. You wiggled even closer, resting your head against his shoulder, testing the waters. He didn't shove you off. Interesting. You smirked, pushing your luck. Oh my god, you whispered, lips inches from his ears. You wanna cuddle? Tanner jerked away like you had just accused him of murder. What? No. You cackled, sitting up. Oh my god, you do. Shut up, he scolded you. You totally do. Jesus, you are annoying. You grinned, flopping dramatically onto your back. Then why are you still here? Tanner scowled. Good question. They didn't leave. Instead, he sat there, arms crossed and legs bouncing slightly, like he was trying to fight some internal battle. You bit your lip watching him struggle. He was so bad at this. You know, you hummed, stretching. If you wanted to, like, I don't know, hold me or something, I wouldn't stop you. Tanner scoffed. Yeah, sure. I wouldn't. Okay. And you turned on your side, propping yourself up on your elbow. And I think someone is a little touch-starved. Touch-starved, he snorted. Yeah, right. Uh-huh, he said, clearly not believing him. Tanner rolled his eyes. You were loving this, and he hated it. He hated that you were right, hated that he ever wanted to be close to you, but he didn't want to admit it. And you, as I said, were loving it. But I can make you cave, he said in a sing-song voice, flopping onto your stomach. Tanner scoffed. Doubt it. You smirked, rolling onto your side again, pressing right against him. You hummed, all fake and innocent. This is nice. Tanner went still. You felt his muscles tense, his breathing hitch, but he didn't shove you off. He just kind of sat there, stiff, like he was trying so hard to resist. So naturally, you took it further. You let your head rest against his shoulder again, draping your arm over his stomach like it was literally nothing. Get comfy, you mused. Tanner clenched his jaw. When? You smell good too, you added, snuggling closer. His breath stuttered. You're so annoying. But I'm right, he teased. Tanner exhaled through his nose. He didn't really know what to do or what to say, but after way too much hesitation, he finally moved. It wasn't much, just a slow, reluctant shift of his arm draping around his shoulders like he totally wasn't thinking about it. You smirked. Shut up, Tanner grumbled before you could say anything. You giggled, nuzzling into his side. I didn't even say anything. But you were thinking about it. You beamed, resting a hand on his chest. So you do like it? No, not really. But he didn't move. He didn't let go. He didn't do anything except for hold you tighter, like he was afraid you'd call his bluff. You smiled, shutting your eyes and letting the warmth of him lull you into something soft and safe. Yeah. You could get used to this.